Peace. I'm Kamal Imani, author of the book, Let's Bring Back the Butterflies, Relationships, and I just want to speak about the importance of spiritual self-examination. Those are big words for check yourself and check your mate before you get into something. Check yourself and check your mate before you get serious. In other words, most people don't see 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, when all is popping, all is fresh, all is new. You know, the sex is popping, money's flowing, and things of that nature. But then 5 years later, you find out somebody's depressed, somebody's on crack, alcoholic, can't keep a job, jealous, whatever the case may be. Why do you find this out 5 years later, 10 years later? You didn't check your mate, and your mate didn't check themselves, or somebody was hiding something. So it's important for each individual to practice self-examination and to be real with themselves. Like Method Man, right? Keep it real with me, I keep it real with you. It's important for disclosure, full disclosure. But if you're just concerned with the physical appearance and, caught up on the fact that you got somebody and you want to ignore certain things that don't seem right, well, down the road, things are going to happen that you're not going to like because you ignored some things. So don't ignore any signs and make sure that you begin your relationship with communication that lends to full disclosure. We're going to be friends. We're going to be honest with each other. And if somebody can't handle the truth, they can't handle the truth. It just ain't going to work. We'll be friends, but it won't be so intimate if you can't handle the truth. Because everything is real out here. We're grown. And my past is my past. Her past is her past. We're starting from here going forward. But I'm going to let you know what made me me, what made my strengths and what made my weaknesses, or what strengths and weaknesses I've learned about myself. And the funny thing about marriage or being in union is it will bring out things you never knew because you don't know someone till you live with them. And your partner is a reflection, like a mirror. So my partner shows me my weaknesses. At first, I may not want to see my weaknesses, but my partner is a reflection and shows me my weaknesses. Peace, brother. Thank you for watching. So basically what I was saying is that when you get with someone new, the spirituality is reality, and that is self-examination. Don't ignore any signs. Don't ignore any signs. Don't ignore anything. Full disclosure is it. Being totally honest, being transparent. So I use the word spiritual. It's only spiritual because we're dealing with the truth. And the truth is the power. And when two people start dealing with the truth, it's going to be hard for one person to start lying all of a sudden because you're going to build a rhythm amongst each other. Even the pattern in your lifestyles. People knowing and expecting when someone should be coming home and when someone should be calling and missing someone when they're away. So having a culture of truth in the relationship will only enhance the relationship. But if you're coming into a relationship and you're still trying to do what you did in yesteryear, playing games, being a player, I need space, I want to go cheat, and all of that, why act like you want to be in a commitment? Why commit to the person? It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. So Spirituality is basically truth. Because like when you look at Kemet, right, with Ma'at going to put one feather, you can put one feather on one scale and your heart on another scale. And your heart should be as light as that feather. And that represents justice. And it represents balance. So now you have balance in your life. You have balance in your relationship because you are dealing with truth. Now, truth is something that this society and in this day and time doesn't really care about. From the bottom to the top, right? You don't really care about truth. But if you're concerned with your heart and you're concerned with your partner's heart, then you will establish that truth from the beginning. And that should just be an everyday part of life, just being honest with each other and transparent. And now you can be the best of friends as well as lovers and go on and enjoy your relationship, enjoy your life and support each other. So I really just wanted to break that down right now because I'm going to have a series talking about relationships, and I want that to be a foundation. I want this to be a foundation. Hey, Kilo and Lisa, I think I got that right. But yes, I want this to be a foundation. If we don't start the relationship with honesty, transparency, and truth, then everything else is going to just be a waste of time, money, resources. It's going to lead to heartbreak. It might lead to some children that end up not being, taken care of properly. The children are going to suffer. Families feel it. So it's very important. Hey, Jackie, thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's early. I didn't even expect this many people to come on. I know a lot of people just getting home from work. But yeah, so here's another thing about spirituality. I have a book called Let's Bring Back the Butterflies, and I mentioned it there. We all have a script of what the perfect person is, and we're like, yeah, girl or guy, whatever. It's like, I met this person, got the body, the sex is banging, they got this job, they work over here, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody's happy, everybody has the butterflies, infatuated, and you don't know somebody till you live with them. The wedding might be planned right, honeymoon is banging. A few days later, the bills hit. When that baby hits, things change. When the bills hit, things change. And you're going to have to really start communicating, number one, about communication, about being honest and transparent. You also have to communicate about finances, honestly. And if you're one that's like used to just buying pocketbooks or shoes or gambling or hanging out with the fellas and drinking at the bar, not realizing that, that $125 that you just spent, wasted, could have paid for the electric bill or something, and your spouse is like, yo, what's up? And you're like, what? This is what I do. Like, no, it's not about that anymore, because it's not about being selfish at any level anymore. It's about being selfless. It's about just giving unconditionally without wanting in return. Now, everyone at some point needs some time for themselves. Yes, we need some time to think, some time to replenish and all of that. But you stepped into a union that you committed to as an adult. So now you have to make two people become one. Two people becoming one. So you definitely have to get off that script, because the script is saying, wait a minute, my man wasn't supposed to leave the toilet seat up. My man wasn't supposed to leave his socks on the floor. My lady wasn't supposed to leave this thing hanging in the shower. What is this? I never even saw that before. Or who's these people coming over? Or I can't stand the in-law and all of that. You got to now sacrifice. You got to say Om. You got to say prayers. You got to say, wow, I didn't realize that when I marry this one person or get with this one person, my whole world was going to change. And when that baby comes, it's really not about you, especially the men. That woman is starting to pay way more attention to the baby, and you're just like the sperm donor. And you got to get used to that and play your role and still support her and supporting the baby. So you got to change. So I do advise, I'm going off on a side note real quick. I advise anyone and everyone in a new relationship to take as many vacations as possible. And then after the honeymoon's over, whenever you feel that things aren't right, things are starting to, get a little tense, then you take a vacation. Now, vacation doesn't have to be expensive. It could be one day just chilling at the museum in the park and having lunch. It could be overnight, stay at a nice hotel with a pool, or like a little gym, fitness center. Always go somewhere different. Doesn't have to cost a lot. Go to the next city over. It could be Philly, it could be Atlantic City, it could be whatever, it could be whatever. But just go, drive there, whatever, go to the beach, just chill and just enjoy each other, because things get monotonous and things get stressful, okay? But again, let me get back, because that's all other stuff I want to talk about in future issues or conversations, where I really want to stay on here for a long time in the future and talk about different subjects. But if anybody has a question, please ask or drop it in the comments section. All right, I want to get back because I'm getting off subject. I got a lot of topics when it comes to relationships. For those that don't know, I've been married for 23 years. It'll be 24 in August. Been with my wife for 26 years. Had relationships before my wife. So I got a good idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. I have one son who is now 13 years old. My wife had complications before, all of that. So there's a lot of things that life and school and family doesn't teach you that are going to hit you. So yes, spirituality is self-examination, because you're going to have to make sure you have self-control on so many levels. When you're not getting the attention that you want from your mate, because your mate is preoccupied about something else that is indeed a priority in your household. You can't be like a little kid, like, oh, but I wanted, how come I miss you with no. Chill, be grown, find something else to do for a minute, or find a way to support your mate. Have that self-control. That's that spirituality. First, I said it's truth, right? That's one form of spirituality, is that truth that we're going to begin our relationship with. Transparency, friendship, true friendship. So that then, when something's not right, because it's for better or for worse, it's for richer or for poorer, right? So when the money isn't there, when somebody loses their job or whatever, somebody got to maintain. You can't be flying off the handle. If you fly off the handle, it's not going to work. You got to have that self-control. So yes, prayer is important. Positive thinking is always important. Meditation is important. It's all important. That's part of spirituality. Okay? But self-examination meaning now when everything was fine in the beginning, but now when the trials and tribulations come, somebody wants to fly off the handle. Somebody can't handle it. Or somebody wants to break down and get depressed. Or somebody wants to mouth off to their friends and family about the other partner. But in the beginning, it was fine. So my thing is to always remember why you came together in the first place. And try to replenish that. Find ways to replenish that. Never stop being a boyfriend and girlfriend. Never stop giving little gifts and forget-me-nots. Never stop giving compliments. Never stop supporting. Another thing is, on a whole nother level, when you do, somebody else at the workplace, in the street, or wherever, will give that attention that you're not giving, because now you're taking your partner for granted. Always reflect back to the beginning. But the key here for this topic is self-examination. We shouldn't be surprising somebody a year later, 5 years later, 10 years later, oh, I forgot to tell you that. I have blank blank. I forgot to tell you that I have a child. Or I forgot to tell you that I had a record. I forgot to tell you that I had a bankruptcy. Like, whatever it is that you got inside, I forgot to tell you that I'm jealous enough to kill somebody. I got blood on my hands. There shouldn't be no surprises. All of that should be out before you jump the broom, before you get married, before you get committed. If you want it to be successful. And out here, it's a lonely world trying to, number one, be positive by yourself and spiritual and one with God and praising God and talking to God. But then now you got another person, and both of y'all is, like Houdini said, the rap group, is me and you one-on-one against the world. So now, two of y'all are trying to move up against all these forces. It's not going to be easy at all times. Something's always going to go wrong. I hate to say it. Not that things won't go right, but I'm going to tell you something. You better plan for those things that go right and prepare for those things that could go wrong. The finances are very important, but that's another subject. All right? But I'm just saying, you're going to have to handle the other subjects, the finances, the babies, and sex problems. You have to handle all of that. But you can't handle it if you're not really truly friends. If you're not honest with each other. So make sure the person you're with is right. If you feel some kind of funny way, that intuition is telling you something, move slowly and be careful. Because it's going to come out later. When you least expect it. And reveal all that you can. That little thing you're hiding, that little thing could blow up one day. Knock you right out the box. Break somebody else's heart, break your heart, whatever. And the little thing that the other person's hiding. So, you know, America and the world and the West isn't all about truth anymore. But if you want to be successful, truth. The truth is the power. Okay? The truth is the power. And I'm big on happiness, so don't let this be a downer. Because I like to watch comedy. I think it's good for the family to watch comedy. I think it's good for us to get out as much as possible. Sometimes you need that rest. You need to enjoy your home. But other times you need to get out and about and get that fresh air and that sunshine and just go on as many trips as possible. Go places you never went. Take pictures, make great memories, and enjoy your friends, your loved ones, because at the end of the day, it's all about love. It's all about people loving people. And if you got people around you that's loving people, you're doing good. You know, but you shouldn't be fronting when you're around other people like you and your partner got it going on when you don't. Even when me and my partner don't have it going on, we don't front. You know, it's more like the Jeffersons just say, "Can I see you in the kitchen? Can we take a little walk inside? I go on the porch." We got to talk that over right there, you know. But we try not to make that happen too much. Because at this level, we're all adults. Time is moving fast. It seems that life is short. Why have drama? My motto is no drama. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I'll be back. I'll probably be doing this almost daily. And I'll be dropping stuff on my family coming home now. Gotta go. All right. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, and success. Remember, put spirituality first. Talk about spirituality. It doesn't have to be religion. But spirituality is very key. Okay? Okay, that wasn't who I thought it was. I'm going to drop a few more jewels. You know, I was reflecting on the 10 Commandments being taken out of school. Now, the 10 Commandments, you know, we all have different religions and spirituality, different persuasions. But what I will say is when they start praying in school and taking the 10 Commandments out and stuff, a lot of people lost ethics and morals. And now it's like people are sending P pics, D pics to each other and for JJ pics and I open up my phone and I get all this booty in my face and it's like, really? You want a man based on that? Or you want a woman based on your lower self? And, you know, everybody likes relations. Everybody likes, you know, sex. But when that breaks down, what do you have? Like, I got with you because you had your booty in my face on Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram. Like, that's why I got with you? Like, really? It's kind of nasty, in my opinion. And I know some people get desperate, but that's what it looks like. It looks desperate. It looks like desperation. And if we're going to build, we want to build with strength. You want a man, you want a woman to see you for this, your heart, who you are, what you're trying to achieve in life, what you bring in to make the world a better place. When I was a teenager, I used to ask young ladies and young brothers the question, what's your purpose in life? And I'd be so surprised by the answers, but most was very materialistic, which is cool. But I've then later seen materialistic relationships break down. Yeah, you got a good job and you got a good job and you got a nice car and you got a nice car. Now y'all got a nice house. But y'all got together because of the image, the script, the image of who you thought that person was. You didn't get with that person because you're friends, because you're compatible, because you have a lot in common outside the money, outside the status. You got together because this is what you thought would make other people say, oh, look what you got. And at the end of the day, that's not it. At the end of your life, that's not what it's going to be. You want to go out like Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock, or whatever. You know, it's hard to say when you start naming couples because it always looks good on the outside. But what I'm saying is those people that are honest with each other, regardless to what they do, they're honest about it. I think that's the best way it could be. The best way it could be is be friends and be honest. Don't be deceptive. Don't be crawling and sneaking and all that. You're grown. Why are you sneaking around? Why are you lying? Why are you holding things back? Okay? So yes, have fun, but I'm just saying, in the beginning, check yourself, check himself, check herself. Come on, let's bring this truth out. Let's not be sitting up in the church and the mosque fronting like all is good when people are harboring all kinds of thoughts. And it's hard to be truthful with yourself. And then even when you are, it's hard to have self-control. But self-control is number one. That's what Miss Harper, the lunch lady, used to say in Teaneck High School. Self-control is number one. That's what all these disciplines, spiritual disciplines are about. Self-control. I practice it myself. Everything I'm saying to you, I'm saying to me. Because I do open the phone and that booty be in my face. It don't all look that nasty, but I'm saying too much of it is too much of it. And then when I start thinking about, would I really want that chick that's advertising her booty as my lady? Nah. No. It's just like I say, you walk past a bakery, you're going to see some stuff that look good. But is it all good for you? You eat too much, you're in trouble, right? You already got goodies at home, but you want to go tap into the bakery. That's my analogy. So Curtis Blow says, save your love for number one, y'all, for the one that you got to come home to. Right? That's what I'm vibing on. Like, why? Like, okay, I see the bakery. Like, I see it now. You know, God made some beautiful specimens out here. I see it. But that don't mean I got to go, you know, run up in the bakery and wait online and sample it. You know? No, self-control. And be thankful for what you have. I have a video I put out yesterday. Y'all can find it online, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And I was just talking about why I don't cheat on my wife. And number one, well, she don't deserve it. She don't deserve to be cheated on. But number one, it's because she's my gift from God. Everybody in your life that's loving you is a gift from God. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful. So I'm thankful for what I have. And if I really look in those spiritual books, the holy books, it's going to tell me, I gave you this. So what you going to do with it? That's what it's going to tell me. We act like we could just throw away a person with emotions and dreams and goals. Somebody's baby girl, somebody's baby boy. We can just throw people away. The next one, like we're shopping. Like it's online shopping and offline shopping. Like it's Black Friday. and then when we find them again, I'm just going back to my premise here. Where we find them, we're so infatuated that we're forgetting to check them out thoroughly, to check ourselves out thoroughly, to make sure they are being transparent, to make sure we're being transparent. I'm telling you, if you're transparent, it's going to go further. And at least if it doesn't, then you saved yourself some grief. That's it. That's it. Yes, please leave your comments. Please share and like and all that stuff. And I hope you understand the message that I've been trying to convey. Again, this is like the first in a new series that I'm going to be doing. So I just wanted to make sure we laid the foundation for those that are listening. Because, you know, we could talk about cheating and we could talk about finances and we could talk about sexual problems and, you know, and how to enhance sexually and people losing jobs. And we could talk about all of this stuff. We can talk about all of this stuff, but if we don't have, love you too, thank you. If we don't have the spirituality, the truth, I don't mean spooky, ooh, yeah, I like my incense and candles, but I don't mean, ooh, God's gonna, no. I'm talking about being truthful with each other. If we don't have that and self-control, we're done. If we have it, we can have a beautiful relationship. Okay, family's coming. I'm going to go because I got to handle my family business, all right? One love, success, peace. Thank you for watching. I'll be back. Please leave comments and questions, and I'll get back to you. Peace.